I've been, they don't feel like forever. But each step I'm taking, it seems like I'm finding myself. Oh, 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 oh. I've searched for gold and I've uncovered all kinds of treasure. But I'd take it all and I'd give it to somebody else. 'Cause none of that means much. A little love would be enough. Oh, oh, oh. I'm on my way back home. And I know on the other side of the great unknown, there's a place I'm welcome in. There's a place I know I'm called a friend. There's a place that I'm never alone. 'Cause there's a place called home. A place called home. Oh, I've watched for miles and I've traded my time for adventure. Yeah, I've seen the world and I know what it's got to give. Yeah, I've had some fun, but I know where I came from. Oh, oh, I'm on my way back home. home. A place called home. There's a place called home.
see one's early light. What's it? Home the brave.
Please remain standing and join me for the invocation. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the daily bread of life. We thank you because despite the ups and downs in our life, you continue to be good, faithful, and you accept us as we are. We gather on this day to celebrate our departure from Baylor. We ask you to guide us as we enter the next chapters of our life. I pray that we can lean on you and that we can put you first in whatever we undertake in our life because you know the best plan for us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Please be seated. My name is Vivian Webster, and I will be giving this salutatory address. Welcome, faculty, family, friends, guests, and of course, the class of 2025 to this year's commencement. Congratulations, my fellow seniors, on finally reaching this important milestone and crossing the threshold from childhood to adult life. As we march toward our future, it's perfectly natural that a glance back at the 17, 18 years of life that we've lived might produce some regret. Maybe we've prioritized the wrong things. For example, if you were to step into the dorm rooms I've lived in for the past 3 years, you probably went a few walls, but overwhelmingly they were bland dorm beige. An expansive sea of nondescript dorm carpet contained no decoration, no furniture other than what it came with. It was a room in which I spent a lot of time, but in which I never truly lived. And why should I thought? Why should this dorm be home when I'll be gone in 3 years? It's pretty common for high schoolers to see these 4 years that we've had as just a stepping stone for college, which is then just a stepping stone for the rest of our lives. I, among many, live by the idea that my life didn't really start until after I graduated high school, and that everything I did was in service of my life afterward. So I robbed myself of many years of finding myself and finding joy. Hobbies, my passion for learning new things outside of class, those were out of the question. The most decorated part of that dorm room I was talking about was my desk, laden with books upon books upon books. Most of them I haven't yet read. I said to myself, those are for a Vivian with less work to do. Yet, I still spent so many hours finding new books to read, combing digital archives and adding them to a growing list of plans for future me. I could have spent that time actually reading those books. Now, as a senior preparing to make this next step into college, I can ask 15 or 16-year-old me, why should your future self be more important than your present self? Why do they deserve to read those books, to marvel at nature and listen deeply to music and do all the things that constitute truly living? By the time I realized these things could be different, I was already well into my senior year. But for these past few months, I've been making an effort to spend more time doing what brings me joy. Listening to my expertly and carefully crafted Spotify playlists, laughing way too long over a joke with friends, going down my Wikipedia rabbit holes, or even just being in the presence of those I care about most. These things are truly healing, and you don't realize how much you need them until you've been neglecting them. But just because I would change some of the ways I've lived my life thus far, does that mean I regret how my life has been? No. Now that I am the future me that my past self has been saving joy for, I can look back and appreciate the sacrifice she thought she was making to make her future more enjoyable. She didn't have to make that sacrifice, but I will never regret the dedication and hard work that put her future self where she is. There isn't a limited amount of happiness in this world, so even when your list of tasks is onerous, when you're working hard for your future, stop for a second. Take a breath, go outside, put on some music, live the life of your present self. In the coming months of this summer, I will put up some decorations and I will tackle that list of books. I'd like to thank my parents for doing all that they can to give me the opportunities that I've had here at Baylor, my amazing teachers for cultivating my love of learning, my siblings for their faith in me, my friends for being wonderful and ridiculous and being able to rob me of any negative sentiments, and my senior trip group for teaching me to live in the moment. And of course, happy graduation to the class of 25. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Chris Angel, and I have the privilege of serving as Baylor's 10th head. And on behalf of the faculty, staff, and administration, it is my honor to welcome you to our 132nd commencement exercises. It is a great day to be a Red Raider, especially the 210 members of the class of 2025. I would like to begin by thanking the band for playing for us this morning. Thank you, Bradley, for the invocation, Maggie for leading us in our national anthem, and Vivian for reminding us of the importance of living in the present. Can we give them a round of applause, please? You have traveled from near and far to celebrate today's momentous occasion with us. And as I look out among the audience, I see many members of the Baylor family, faculty, students, parents, alumni, relatives, and friends, and I am pleased to see that so many of you were able to join us today. And I am grateful that you made the effort to be with us, making the effort to show up. Many more are joining us through our broadcast, and I appreciate you watching from afar as well. This ceremony is such a special time for our students as it represents the completion of an important phase in the lives of these students. Yet more importantly, it is about celebrating a new beginning, a commencement, celebrating what is to come. And as we gather to celebrate the class of 2025, we also pause to recognize a remarkable group of individuals whose dedication has helped make those futures possible. It is our tradition to honor outgoing members of the faculty and staff who are retiring, having contributed 25 or more years of service to the Baylor community. These retiring faculty and staff members, teachers, coaches, mentors, builders, and guides have given Baylor decades of service, shaping our students, strengthening our programs, and stewarding our mission with unwavering devotion. Collectively, this year's group of honorees are true legends. They are our version of the 92 Dream Team. Adults, you'll have to tell our students what that means later. And they are stepping away from careers marked by extraordinary excellence. They've been like astronauts pushing the boundaries of what's possible, artists painting lasting legacies with their wisdom and care. Together, they have led with heart, taught with passion, and served with quiet strength, leaving Baylor far better than they found it. I am humbled truly humbled today to be speaking on behalf of these extraordinary members of the Baylor family, whose impact reaches far beyond any single classroom, team, or building. It is now my honor to recognize and thank them for their immeasurable contributions to our school. So faculty, please rise as I read your name. Tim Williams. We begin with Tim Williams, walkabout leader, history teacher, and a trailblazer in every sense of the word. Since 1996, Tim has led students to rivers, cliffs, temples, and trails across the world, always with the belief that experience is life's best teacher. From managing the senior trip to teaching Eastern religions, Tim designed journeys that demanded courage and reflection. He introduced students to discomfort, not for the sake of challenge alone, but because he understood that growth happens there. And he took genuine delight in watching students surprise themselves with what they could do. With humility and insight, Tim empowered students to lead, to ask questions, and to teach themselves. His approach was bold but never boastful, grounded in quiet purpose and deep empathy. Tim, your steady leadership and thoughtful mentorship have made Baylor more adventurous, more reflective, and more connected to the world. Please join me in thanking Tim Williams for his 28 years of service to Baylor School. I'm going to go in increasing order of service. And there's someone here that is, that I can't see right now, but I know he's listening. So if you, so I'm going to say a few things, and he's going to be mad that I'm doing it, but I'm going to do it anyway. So I'm going to thank Howard Johnson for his 34 years of service. Hang on. If you polled 100 Baylor employees and asked what to do when something stops working, 99 of them would say, call Howard, right? Well, the only one who might say otherwise would be Howard himself. For 34 years, Howard Johnson has served as plant foreman and the go-to problem solver for just about everything. From classrooms and dorms to athletic facilities and offices, he's been the steady hand behind the countless repairs and solutions that kept this campus running. Howard's legacy is not only in the problems he's fixed, but in the quiet confidence, humility, and reliability with which he served. He never sought recognition, but he always delivered results. Howard, we thank you for being the one we can count on, day in and day out, for over 3 decades. Please join me in recognizing Howard Johnson for his 34 years of service to Baylor. Also want to recognize Don Curtis for his 35 years of service. We take this moment to honor Don Curtis, Baylor's longtime physical plant manager, whose behind-the-scenes leadership has shaped our campus for 35 years. Don's work can be seen in nearly every building, from the Alumni Chapel and Gary Dining Hall to the Weeks Science Building and the Fine Arts Complex. He also led the construction of the Scotty Probasco Academic Center, the largest capital project in Baylor's history. Even now, Don continues to help us prepare for Baylor's next major expansion, an enduring example of his commitment to this school. Don, we thank you for your vision, your steadiness, and the foundation, both literal and lasting, you've built. Please join me in recognizing Don Curtis for his 35 years of service to Baylor. Betsy Carmichael, please stand. Betsy Carmichael's art room was never just a classroom. It was a sanctuary of creativity, reflection, and growth. Through 35 years of teaching, she empowered students to take risks, express themselves, and discover their artistic voices. Her influence extended far beyond the studio. A lover of the natural world, Betsy brought a deep appreciation for beauty and stillness to every aspect of her teaching and leadership. Whether guiding walkabout adventures, leading Liz Applin trips, or taking students to study art in Italy, she invited them to see the world through a more thoughtful lens. Her vision also helped shape our physical campus, most notably in the Ireland building, which reflects her reverence for light, space, and the creative spirit. Betsy, your legacy lives not just in gallery walls or portfolios, but in the lives you've touched, the communities you've enriched, and the quiet encouragement you've offered at just the right moment. Please join me in recognizing Betsy Carmichael for her 35 years of service to Baylor School. Heather Ott, please stand. Heather Ott's legacy at Baylor is one of passion, excellence, and transformation. Since 1986, she has guided generations of students through the challenges of literature, the discipline of sport, and the lifelong rewards of perseverance. In the classroom, Heather pushed students to grapple with complexity and meaning, especially in her 30 years of teaching AP Literature, where she returned annually to Robert Penn Warren's All the King's Men, helping students uncover its depth. I'm sure there are a lot of alums in the audience that can relate to that. As roundtable advisor since 2004, she further cultivated literary minds and inspired a love for deep thinking and clear expression. As a cross-country coach, she led with equal intensity, helping students reach personal and team goals while encouraging self-belief and resilience. Heather, your impact has always been about more than the results. It's about spirit. You've shown us what magnanimitas, or greatness of spirit, truly looks like. Thank you for helping so many students become their best selves. Please join me in recognizing Heather Ott for her 38 years of service to Baylor School. Austin Clark, please rise. I think that's the first time I've given Austin a direct order in my whole life. Austin Clark's 43 years at Baylor are a testament to leadership grounded in integrity, care, and conviction. Whether serving as basketball coach, athletic director, or assistant dean of students, Austin led with clarity, consistency, and his heart. Known for his deep respect for rules and structure, Austin's commitment has always gone far beyond enforcement. He viewed rules not as restrictions, but as vehicles for accountability, growth, and character development. He upheld Baylor standards with the understanding that true learning happens when expectations are paired with care. No one better embodies Baylor's motto, Amat Victoria Curam, victory loves care, more than Austin Clark. He showed us that success is meaningful only when it's anchored in values. Austin, your legacy is not in any one title or victory, but in the thousands of lives you've guided with strength, compassion, and the unwavering belief in doing what is right. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in recognizing Austin Clark for his 43 years of service to Baylor School. Bill Cox, please rise. We conclude our honorees this morning with Bill Cox, history teacher, coach, dorm parent, mentor, an institution unto himself. Over 44 years, Bill has brought unmatched passion, energy, and a theatrical flair to every corner of campus. He loves history, but even more, he loves his students. His booming voice and vivid storytelling made lessons unforgettable, and his presence on the sidelines, in the dorms, or diving for a foursquare balls in the quad has made Baylor unforgettable to countless students in return. Bill didn't just teach content, he inspired curiosity. He didn't just coach games, he built relationships. His influence has extended across generations, and his loyalty to Baylor is woven into the school's very fabric. Bill, you have seen Baylor through change and growth, and at every step, you've made it better. Today, we celebrate your remarkable career and the joy, the wisdom, and the mentorship you've given to thousands. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in recognizing Bill Cox for his 44 years of service to Baylor School. Please be seated. I now ask Shaw Wilson, our assistant head, to come forward for our academic honors.
Thank you, Chris. Good morning. My name is Shaw Wilson. I'm proud to serve as Baylor's assistant head of school. It is my honor this morning to present the Joe Kahn Guild Scholarship Award, as well as the Reisman Valedictory Award. The Joe Kahn Guild Scholarship Award, named for a member of the class of 1905 and a longtime Baylor board chair, is given annually to the student in the upper school with the highest grade point average for the school year. The recipient receives a check for $1,500. A runner-up award is given as well in the form of a check for $1,000. This year's runner-up, the student with the second highest GPA for this past school year, is sophomore William Yao. The student with the highest GPA this school year, and thus the recipient of this year's Joe Kahn Guild Award, is senior Megan Royal. The Reisman Valedictory Award, given in honor of Dr. Edward E. Reisman of the class of 1929, is given annually to the senior who achieves the highest grade point average over the course of the junior and senior years. The recipient receives a silver tray and a check for $500. The recipient also presents the valedictory address, which we will hear now. Please join me in honoring the valedictorian for the class of 2025, Megan Royal.
Hey, do you have any tomatoes? I'll trade you for some soybeans. Now, chances are, if you've ever had a class with me, we've probably had this conversation, or something similar. One of the most distinctive experiences I've had here at Baylor has been playing the game Heyday. Heyday is an online farming game where you can harvest crops, decorate your farm, compete in tournaments, and visit other people's farms. Especially during freshman and sophomore year, the class of 2025 and I played this game excessively. However, I learned this game might not be the most beneficial to my academics after I played it during my Algebra 2 and trig class and then proceeded to get a 68 on my quiz. Sorry, Mrs. Marler. Though Heyday might not have necessarily helped me academically, I have learned some important life lessons from this game. Just like in Heyday, you can't build a successful farm alone. You need to trade crops, give your friends coins, and support your team to have a level 47 farm like I do. This is the most valuable lesson that Baylor has taught me that I want to share with you all today. You can't reach your full potential alone. Many times, it can feel easy to fall back on what feels most comfortable to us. In my experience, though, I have had the most success when I step out of my comfort zone. I can guarantee that I did better on my AP Physics C free response questions when a friend and I decided to jump into the Baylor pool during our break in the middle of our exam. I have received the best grades my second semester senior year because right now, I have an amazing support system who has helped me figure out how to balance fun and work. Now, balancing your time doesn't mean playing Heyday all class, But this game is a perfect reflection of the connections I have made here at Baylor that have helped me reach my full potential. I know everyone is thinking now, wow, she is such an iPad kid. But I promise, most of the games I play are with other people. If you ever need a good conversation starter with someone, you can always ask them, hey, have you done the New York Times connections today? I will even admit that I used Heyday to talk to my crush freshman year. Another crucial part of running your farm in Heyday is having good, quality workers and equipment. It is easy to think that the most successful farms are the ones that have an excess of supplies and machines. However, sometimes quality matters more than quantity. Making real deep connections with people that you care about is more value than spreading yourself thin trying to appease everyone. When I invest time into the relationships that I care about, I feel fulfilled and loved. At some point, your farm is going to run out of land. Surround yourself with people whom you can easily be yourself around. A perfect example of this authentic connection I have made is with my scholar Malachi. I feel my speech would not be complete without mentioning Baylor's community service program. During the winter and spring seasons each year, I tutor elementary school students at Carver, one of our community centers. After a long, normally tiring day of school, it can be painful to think about doing anything else besides going home and taking a nap. But being with my scholar is always the best part of my day. If you know Malachi, you know what a comedian, rapper, dancer, and actor he is. I think we may spend more time together laughing than we do working. I have never seen someone wrap his book, Dog Man, every day with such enthusiasm. This program is the most fulfilling experience I have had here at Baylor, and I truly recommend every underclassman try it at least one season. With Malachi, we have a bond of reciprocal trust and love. While I helped him reach his full potential, he has also helped me reach mine. Now, if there is one thing I want you to take away from your speech, it is this: lean into your community. As we, the class of 2025, transition to college and beyond, remember to take time for and surround yourself with supportive, caring people. I would not be standing here on this stage if it was not for the community I have around me. Create an amazing farm, invest in meaningful connections, and maybe ask someone if they want to play a game. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for giving me the opportunity to go to Baylor. This school has provided so much, like the opportunity to meet Kirby Smart twice. Go Dogs. And I will be forever grateful for all the experience I have had here. Thank you to all my teachers who have supported me, both in and out of the classroom. I know sometimes my friends and I may be rambunctious, sorry Dr. Miles and Mr. Weaver, but you all have fostered my love for learning. And finally, thank you Baylor School for giving me the best friends and community I could have asked for. Class of 2025, we made it. Thank you for everything, and go Big Red.
Thank you, Megan. I love your message emphasizing the value of community and the power of investing in relationships. And I'm extremely excited for all the new relationships that you and the class of 2025 are going to form in the years ahead. Each August, at our convocation ceremony, as the new year begins, I have a practice of ringing the bell. This bell, that is the exact same bell that our founding headmaster, Dr. John Roy Baylor, rang each day to kick off each morning. He started this practice 132 years ago. And each year that you've been in upper school, I've rung the bell to signal a new beginning for our school and for each of you. Today, in a little bit, I will ring it one more time, but this time it will not mark the beginning of a year. It will mark the end of your time as a student at Baylor. and the moment you officially join the ranks of Baylor alumni, a powerful network of individuals who will serve you well in the years to come. As you prepare to walk across this stage, I want to congratulate you for all that you've done between the bells, the friendships you've built, the challenges you've met, the passions you've discovered, and the lessons you've learned. Those moments have shaped you, and they will serve you well in the years ahead. Each Friday morning this year, I had the pleasure of listening to your senior speeches, and week after week, I was moved by your honesty, your courage, and your insight. Your words were not only impressive, they were deeply human. While I can't quote every one of you this morning, know that your voices have actually shaped my message today. So listen closely in here, and you'll hear a number of your senior speeches woven in. Because today, your voices are the heart of this moment. You reminded us that growth through adversity isn't just possible, it's powerful. Many of you spoke about challenge, moments of grief or anxiety, loss, academic struggle, or self-doubt. One of you said, failure isn't the end, it's just a step along the way. You didn't just endure, you transformed. You taught us that strength isn't the absence of difficulty, but the presence of resilience and heart. You also redefined what it means to belong. For some of you, home became something entirely new, not a place, but a community. One of you reminded us that you are a mosaic built by others' love. Treasure your connections. Another reflected on how carrying the best parts of others with you allows the people who've shaped you to stay close, even when they can't be present. You've showed us that friendship is not just comfort, it's transformation. Some of you found friends who brought you through hard times. Others spoke of learning that true friendship doesn't require perfection. Find people who support the real you. Those are the relationships that change us because they let us show up as we are. You wrestled with the challenge of authenticity in a world that often asks us to perform. You spoke about the exhausting pull of people-pleasing and the courage it takes to let go of expectations. One of you encouraged us to try something uncomfortable and out of your comfort zone. You never realize how much you'll love it until you try it. Another shared, finding joy in small things doesn't always look easy. I'm standing here disliking public speaking, but doing it anyway. That was you. You reminded us that authenticity isn't a fixed trait. It's a daily practice, and it takes courage. You also discovered that purpose isn't found in prestige. It's found in passion. One of you told us to remember your why and stay grounded in purpose through difficult times. Another even said, if a rat can cook gourmet meals in Paris, then I can probably meet my goals. Whether through service, reflection, art, or unlikely inspiration, you reminded us that purpose is deeply personal and that confidence often follows belief. And perhaps most beautifully, you cultivated a spirit of gratitude. You thanked your mentors, your peers, your families, and even the hard moments. Wherever you go, bring your true self and be present in the moment. And another gave us this quiet wisdom. You don't have to make it to the top of the mountain for the journey to matter. Class of 2025, you're not just ready for what's next. You are already making a difference. So as you cross this threshold and step into the world and go out to the world beyond Baylor, carry these lessons with you, these lessons that you have shared with us over the course of this year. These are your lessons. Carry the understanding that adversity does not diminish you, it deepens you. When life becomes uncertain or difficult, remember that your strength isn't measured by how perfectly you perform, but by how fully you show up with courage, even in doubt. Carry the relationships that shaped you. Stay connected to the people who saw you, supported you, and reminded you of your worth. Let friendship continue to be a source of joy, accountability, and strength, even across distance and time. Carry the habit of being authentic. In a world that often asks for the curated version of yourself, choose the honest one. Choose to speak truthfully, to listen deeply, and to live in alignment with your values, not someone else's expectations. Carry your passions. Let your curiosity lead you. Let your sense of purpose ground you. Don't be afraid to pursue what matters, even if it doesn't come with a clear roadmap. You don't need a title or a spotlight to make meaning. You need only a willingness to care and to act. And most of all, carry gratitude. Let it shape how you see the world. Let it guide how you treat others. Let it be the lens through which you face both triumph and setback. Because when you lead with gratitude, you multiply the good in your life and in the lives around you. Carry these lessons, not just as memories, but as ways of being. Let them live in your decisions, your relationships, your work, and your joy. And now, class of 2025, it is time to ring that bell one final time. Congratulations on all that you've done between the bells. Now go show all these colleges and universities what Baylor alumni can do. Go Big Red. And now, based on the recommendation of the faculty, staff, and administration seated here, and the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I declare that the members of the class of 2025 have successfully completed their course of study and fulfilled all the other requirements of a Baylor diploma. I ask Mr. Shaw Wilson to join me as we award diplomas and Mr. Garrison Connor to call the class forward.
Megan Marie Royal. Megan is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Vivian Violet Webster. Vivian is a boarding student from Front Royal, Virginia. Margaret Constance Tanzer. Maggie is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee, whose diploma will be presented by her mother and faculty member, Allison Lamb. Bradley Bernard Alunga Bisaleli. Bradley is a boarding student from Kaniak, Canada. Willingham Larson Ratterman. Will is a day student from Signal Mountain, Tennessee, whose diploma will be presented by his mother and faculty member, Sally Ratterman. Lily Hayden Adair. Lily is a day student from Soddy Daisy, Tennessee. Catherine Malin Adams Cook. Malin is a day student from Signal Mountain, Tennessee. Brandon is a boarding student from Southampton, Bermuda. Tova Tumi Ajayi. Tova is a boarding student from Roswell, Georgia. Ibualua Eden Akinja. Ibu is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Leah Wisam Alani. Leah is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Drake Charles Alling. Drake is a day student from Lookout Mountain, Tennessee. Stella Lillis Allison. Lillis is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Laura Catherine Anderson. Laura Catherine is a boarding student from Savannah, Tennessee. Abigail Rose Angel. Abigail is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee, whose diploma will be presented by her father and head of school, Chris Angel. Jackson Thomas Babb. Jackson is a day student from Hickson, Tennessee. Greg is a day student from Signal Mountain, Tennessee. Praval Reddy Bhatti. Praval is a boarding student from Hyderabad, India. Emily Woodruff Beardsley. Emily is a boarding student from Atlanta, Georgia. Hannah Scott Belsinger. Hannah is a boarding student from Gulf Breeze, Florida. Margaret Elizabeth Birdie. Margaret is a boarding student from Birmingham, Alabama. Jackson Ray Alexander Bergman. Jackson is a boarding student from Nashville, Tennessee. Marshall Allen Bible. Marshall is a day student from Lookout Mountain, Georgia. Jackson Emmett Bishop. Jax is a boarding student from Rome, Georgia. Jessie Michelle Blevins. Jessie is a day student from Ringgold, Georgia. Jacob Stephen Bond. Jacob is a day student from Chickamauga, Georgia. Charles Bolton Bourne. Bolton is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Francesca Joyce Brooksbank. Franny is a day student from Soddy Daisy, Tennessee. Reagan Alexandria Brown. Reagan is a day student from Ringgold, Georgia. James Dallas Bryson. Jimmy is a boarding student from Crossville, Tennessee. William Nelson Buell. Will is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Margaret Grace Bullock. Gracie is a boarding student from Tupelo, Mississippi. Finley Constance Burnett. Finley is a day student from Signal Mountain, Tennessee, whose diploma will be presented by her mother and faculty member, Elizabeth Burnett. Miles William Bush. Miles is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Jashu Chao. Danny is a boarding student from Nanjing, China. Aiden Jarrett Cash. Aiden is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Alicia Annika Chandra. Alicia is a day student from Hickson, Tennessee. Emerson Grace Clement. Emerson is a boarding student from Lawton, Oklahoma. Aiden Michael Clementson. Aiden is a day student from Ottawa, Tennessee. Camden Matthew Cloud. Camden is a day student from Ringgold, Georgia. Nye Rider Dennis Kofer. Nye is a day student from Signal Mountain, Tennessee. Lane Thomas Cooper. Lane is a day student from Hickson, Tennessee. Molly Kate Cope. Molly is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Brent Alexander Coppage. Brent is a boarding student from Dhahran, Saudi Arabia. Gabriel Alessander Costello. Gabriel is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee, whose diploma will be presented by his mother and faculty member, Nancy Siders. Isabel Madeline Cox. Isabel is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Una Stetson Cruikshank. Una is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Emily Kate Cuthbertson. Kate is a day student from Appleton, Tennessee. Roman Jack Damkier. Roman is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Benjamin Wilcox Daniel. Benjamin is a day student from Signal Mountain, Tennessee. Benjamin Lee Darnell. Ben is a boarding student from Shalimar, Florida. Bryce Kimbrough Davis. Bryce is a day student from Signal Mountain, Tennessee. Mary Catherine Dixon. Molly Kate is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Matthew Shelton Dill. Matt is a day student from Dayton, Tennessee. Charlotte Lindsay Dillman. Charlotte is a boarding student from Rome, Georgia. Joakim Deshay Dodson. Joakim is a day student from Memphis, Tennessee. Wade Caswell Donovan. Wade is a day student from Ringgold, Georgia. Sloan Harper Dreyer. Sloan is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Natalie Regina Duke. Natalie is a day student from Lookout Mountain, Tennessee. Catherine Michelle Eller. Katie is a day student from Signal Mountain, Tennessee, whose diploma will be presented by her mother and faculty member Kelly Eller. Claire Smiles Ellish. Claire is a boarding student from Phoenix, Arizona. Justine Iman. Justine is a boarding student. Fernando Figueiredo Navarro. Fernando is a boarding student from Londrina, Brazil. Claudia Pearson Finley. Claudia is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Allison Danielle Fisher. Allison is a boarding student from Olympia, Washington. Merrill Claire Ellen Ford. Merrill is a day student from Signal Mountain, Tennessee, whose diploma will be presented by her mother and faculty member Jennifer Ford. Carlton Montgomery Forrester, Jr. Carlton is a boarding student from Atlanta, Georgia, whose diploma will be presented by his father and member of the Board of Trustees, Carlton Forrester. Charlie Lane Fowler. Laney is a day student from Signal Mountain, Tennessee. Parker Elizabeth Frierson. Parker is a day student from Lookout Mountain, Tennessee. Laney Marie Frost. Laney is a day student from Signal Mountain, Tennessee. Ava Elizabeth Gallion. Ava is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Elena Garcia Nieto. Elena is a boarding student from A Coruña, Spain. Juliana Isabel Gardner. Julia is a day student from Ottawa, Tennessee. William Davis Garrett. Davis is a day student from Lookout Mountain, Tennessee, whose diploma will be presented by his mother and Board of Trustees member Julie Garrett. Rosalie Gauvin. Rosalie is a boarding student from Levis, Canada. James is a Brenly Claire. Brenly is a day student from Hicks, Tennessee. Charles Eugene Good. Charlie from Chattanooga, Tennessee. His diploma will be presented by his mother and faculty member Kelly Good. Lucius Elizabeth Gratz. Lucy is a boarding student from Tupelo, Mississippi. Addison Marie Green. Addie is a day student from Harrison, Tennessee. Fisher Harvey Greenfeld from Mary, a student from Chattanooga, Tennessee. John Elisha Haddock. Eli is a day student from Signal Mountain, Tennessee. Reese Caroline Hamilton. From Signal Mountain, Tennessee. Prescott Vining Hampton. Prescott is a student from Hickson, Tennessee. Chase Colby Hart. Chase is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Lillian Marie Hartley. Lillian is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Sophia K. Hartung. Sophia is a day student from Tennessee. Davis Hawkins. Reef is a Reese. Gabe is a day student from Tennessee. Sarah is a day student from Ella Brett Hitchcock, a boarding student from Hickory, North Carolina. Catherine Greer Horridge. Greer is a boarding student from North Garden, Virginia. Avery Elizabeth Houston. Avery is a boarding student from Scottsdale, Arizona. Frederick Harvey Howalt IV. Bo is a day student from Rocky Face, Georgia, whose diploma will be presented by his father and Board of Trustees member Chip Howalt. Joseph Bailey Howalt. Joe is a day student from Rocky Face, Georgia, whose diploma will be presented by Chip Howalt. Garrett Ilgis Jackson. Garrett is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Michelle Zhang. Michelle is a day student from Ringgold, Georgia. Teague Micah Johnson. Teague is a day student from Signal Mountain, Tennessee. Wade Johnson. Wade is a boarding from Lexington, Kentucky. Livia Jane Jordan. Liv is a boarding student from Noonan, Georgia. Arya Ganapathy Kolumbella. Arya is a boarding student from Bengaluru, India. Adeline Noel Kagaris. Addie is a boarding student from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Gray Anissa Kelly. Gray is a day student from Signal Mountain, Tennessee. James Corbin Kelly. Corbin is a day student from Soddy Daisy, Tennessee. Harper Elsie Kelly. Harper is a day Lars is a boarding student from Pompano Beach, Florida. Philip LaForge. Phil, Xander Langston. Rowan is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Ella Grace Tennessee. Lee the Fourth. Thompson is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Cooper William. Cooper is a day student from Emmy is a day student from Chattanooga. Look out. Shanina Austin Lohman. Nina is a Tennessee. Cole Peterson Lookabill. Cole is a boarding student from Lexington, Kentucky. Joel Tate Lowenberg. Joel is a day student from Mentone, Alabama. McGee Templeton Lawrence. Mac is a boarding student from Nashville, Tennessee. Elizabeth Rose Lyden. Ellie is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Emily is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Zuri, whose diploma will be presented by his mother and faculty member, Carly Marler. Reed Henry Martin. Reed, student from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Leah Jocelyn Masson. Leah is a boarding student from Johns Creek, Georgia. Ava Caroline McCoy. Ava is a day student. Jackson Blake McGowan. Blake is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Harry Scott McGuire. Harry is a boarding student from the United Kingdom. Randolph. Michael is a boarding student from Laurel, Mississippi. Lander Phipps McNeely. Lander is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Aiden Roy, student from Dayton, Tennessee. Bruna Sophia Min. Bruna is a day student from Lisbon. Noah Alexander Miles. Noah is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee, whose diploma will be presented by his member, Patrice Miles. Shakai Mills Knight. Shakai is a boarding student from Montreal, Canada. Isabella is a day student from Lookout Mountain, Tennessee, by her mother and Board of Trustees member. William Mercer Murphy. Mercer is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Nunez. Sydney is Park. Raina is a day student. Tennessee. Mia Sophia Perdomo. Mia is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Curtis Fox. Curtis is a boarding student from and is a day student from Kennedy Cyan Ray, from Rancho Cuca, California. Mary Blake Reese. Mary Blake is a day student from Signal Mountain, Tennessee. Christopher Scott Reniger, Jr. Chris is a day student from Hickson, Tennessee. Zane Anthony Rostelli. Zane is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Tyler James Rice. Tyler is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee, and faculty member Carrie Rice. Brady is a day student from Signal Mountain, Tennessee, whose diploma will be presented by his mother and faculty member Mary Catherine Robbins. Matthew Michael Rosenke. Matthew is a boarding student from Philadelphia, Tennessee. Sade is a day student from Hickson, Tennessee. Kevin Shatsas. Kevin is a boarding student from Vikskaviška, Lithuania. Sailor McCall Scarce. Sailor is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Hayes Hammond Scoggins. Hayes is a day student from Bailey Shahan. Bailey is a day student from Hickson, Tennessee. Sydney Brooke Sharp. Sydney is a day student from Trenton, Georgia. Leah Jordan Shelton. Leah is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Juliet Beatrice. Juliet is a boarding student from Dallas, Texas. Grace Evelyn Simmons. Grace is a boarding student from Beaufort. Violet Olivia Simon. Violet is a day student from Signal Mountain, Tennessee. Jayla Sanaa Simpkins. Jayla is a day student from Hickson, Tennessee. Miriam Vassar Slyman. Miriam is a boarding student from Tupelo, Mississippi. Augusta Berkeley Smith, student from Chattanooga, Tennessee, whose diploma will be presented by her mother and faculty member, Laura Smith. Jonathan Casango Smith. John is a boarding student from Prospect, Kentucky. Luke Edward Smith. Luke is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee, whose diploma will be presented by his mother and faculty member, Kelly Smith. Olive Maria Smith. Olive is a day from Signal Mountain, Tennessee. Sasha Elizabeth Smith. Sasha is a boarding student from Bainbridge Island, Washington. Vivian Wynn Smith. Vivian, Alabama. Ali Assad Sahani. Ali is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Cameron Lamar Sparks. Cameron is a day student from Rossville, Georgia. Damian James Sparks. Damian is a boarding student from London, United Kingdom. Kristen Elizabeth Smith. Kristen is a boarding student from Wayne, Pennsylvania. Gilbert Harris Strohmeyer Stein. Gilbert is a day student from Lookout Mountain, Georgia, whose diploma will be presented by his father and former member of the Board of Trustees, Doug Stein. Caroline Matthew Stickley. Caroline is a day student from Flintstone, Georgia. Her diploma will be presented by her mother and member of the Board of Trustees, Jenny Stickley. Hunter Anderson Sturgill, day student from Hickson, Tennessee. Caden Sumner. Caden is a student from Mount Pleasant, North Carolina. John Hadley Sutter. John is a Georgia. Kuzey is a day student from Istanbul, Turkey. Ivy Elizabeth Vance. Ivy is a day student from Chelsea. Corley Ruth Verville. Corley is a day student from Signal Mountain, Tennessee. Tennessee. Felix Sawyer Vicknair. Felix is a day student from Signal Mountain, Tennessee. Lucas Reed Waldrop. Luke is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Sarana Deanna Ware. Sarana is a day student from Chattanooga. Mabel is a boarding student from Charlotte, North Carolina. Bruin Mitchell Webster. Bruin is a boarding student from Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Lee. Tennessee. Kramer Scott Weidlich. Kramer is a day student from Signal Mountain, Tennessee. Gage Kolb Whited. Gage is a day student from Cloudland, Georgia. Elizabeth Donaldson Williams. Betsy, day student from Lookout Mountain, Tennessee. Madeline Grace Winchester. Maddie is a day student from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Jonathan Witt. Nolan is a day student from Chattanooga. Thomas Brody Womack. Brody is a day student from McMinnville, Tennessee. Christopher Michael Weiler, Jr. CJ is a day student from Franklin, Tennessee. Zhang Shu. David is a boarding student from Guangzhou, China. Evan Hunjun Yim. Evan is a day student from Chattanooga. Sean Kazuma Yoshida. Sean is Tennessee. Yuyan Zhang, Anna Ann. Lewis is a student from Beijing, China. Eric Zheng. Eric is a day student from Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2025.
On the sea's northern border, leaning against the sky, proudly stands our alma mater as the years go by. Forward ever be our watchword, conquer. Hail to thee, our alma mater, Baylor School, all hail. Cherished by our sons and daughters, memory sweet shall throng. Round our hearts, our alma mater, as we sing our song. Forward ever be our watchword, conquer and prevail. Hail to thee, our alma mater, Baylor School, all hail!
Please stay standing for the benediction. Let's bow our heads. Gracious God, thank you for bringing us to this day. With grateful hearts, we honor the journey that has brought us to this milestone. Lord, thank you for the teachers that have challenged us, our friends who stuck with us, who gave us this incredible opportunity. With all of us preparing to go our separate ways, we ask for your guidance. Give us the courage to speak the truth, the humility to listen, and the strength to serve selflessly. Help us carry more than just what we learned in class. Help us carry the desire to make a positive difference in the world. As we leave this hill, may we trust that God is leading us. May we have the courage to follow where he calls, knowing he has a plan and a purpose. Baylor School Class of 2025. Keep us grounded in what matters. In your name we pray. Amen. Go Baylor.
Thank you.